new episode. We got some jobs done off camera. So we've eye-builded the back of the outside of the boot lid. We've eye-builded the top of the bonnet, the outside of the bonnet. You already saw in the last video and the last reel, whatever you want to call them, that we eye-builded the front of the bonnet. Now, what we've got to do now is do the roof. So on the car, we've got the roof tie build and repair, and obviously the sunroof. Now I've got some white high build. I showed you some dents, so that's really tiny. That's really tiny, and then I've got a dent over there, really tiny. So in part of this episode, I'm going to try and do the episode where I'm just high building the roof, repairing the roof, high building the roof. Off camera, I've got to do all those, so things like this, etc., all this rubbish, those I'm just gonna scotch and put some what do you call it, the Hammerite on it, because you can't even see this one, you know, that thing there, you can see it under the car. I'm not sure what to do with these, whether to just put some black primer on it and base and clear them. Obviously I've got to put some primer on those, I've got to put some primer on that, and then the door hinges. I've also got to prime up the trims that cover up the joints. They're my new clips. I haven't got them in here, that's why I'm going to just film this and that's it. So the boot lid, so that's in primer. Now the boot lid, so needs sealing. I've only eye-builded the outside, but I'm going to prime up the back side, so I'll probably put 1 or 2 coats of high build on it so as it's not too thick. So I've got to rub it down, I've got to seal it, and I'll be using that sealer gun again. I thought I'd bring you in before I built this boot lid, but I've done the sealer on it as well. So obviously, you know, where the hinge goes, I can't seal right across because there's a screw that goes straight in. So I just put a bit of tape across it, and then I've just smeared it in so that it gets into the joint. Let's have a look. You see where I've just smeared it in. And that's the sealer. That's that lovely sealer gun. That looks bloody good, that. And that's that sealer gun that I showed you on the doors. That's ready for eye build now, that, when it dries. I've done a little bit more. I've not got onto the roof yet, but I've got some primer on back at boot lid. I've got some primer on all these hinges, bolts, etc. The only thing I've got to black prime now are these trims, and that's how they came out as well. Hammerite was pretty good. Well, pretty good, don't they? And I hammerited those, but I've missed a bit there, so I've just got to splash a bit of Hammerite on those. So I'm on the roof now, and I'll eye build those when I'm doing roof. Obviously not white, I'm going to do them black. Alright, so the roof is ready. It's really dark down here because the lights that I've got up aren't the best. So I've got to take a picture of all these images. See how dark it is down here. So I've got to take a picture of all these measurements, and I've got my dent that's there. You can sort of see it a bit in the light, where the light, you see it there. So I've got that, a little tiny one here, there's a little tiny one there, and then that where I dropped my hammer when I was doing the floor. I dropped it and it landed on roof from the inside. scratch. That's it. It's got some excellent touching up there. There's a bit of rust there that I just need to dig out. A little bit there. That's it, I think. I think some of the seal is cracked as well. So the main thing as well is doing this. So there's obviously a seal there. So when I high build it, I'm just going to high build it white, but I'm going to back tape it off there so I don't get all this full of paint, because that's the seal there. Seal's nice. So this one's going to be the most difficult. There's rust there because obviously it's been upside down and it's been close to the floor. I have got cardboard all over the floor now. Whether that helps, I don't know. So I'm going to start with this repair here. There's no filler needed in there, and I'm going to put some filler in those at the same time, but you'll just concentrate on this one. I've got 3 dents over there and a dent here, so I'll just concentrate on this one. I don't know whether I think all Minis were painted the same colour as the car, and then when they want it, if it were a Cooper, they put a whatever colour roof on it, white in this case. So I'm going to assume that there's green paint under here as well, but I don't think this has been touched since it were brand new. So I'm going to sort out this repair, and I'm going to skim those up as well, but just film this one. And then as for the sunroof, which is right here, so this bit here where it's all damaged, I'm just going to clean it all off, probably a strip and clean wheel, and then put some 1-pack epoxy on it, and then high build it white. It is going back black because I think it'd look stupid white, so I'll do that as well. Don't know whether I'm going to film it, we'll just have to wait and see. So it's going to be a bit of a time lapse until I do this repair, and I will be doing it over the paintwork. You know, do it over paintwork, and then at least I'm not doing it on bare metal. And if I do go to bare metal, I'm putting 1-pack on it anyway. Right, little skim over some epoxy. They can just be sanded off. And then on the other side, so that dent there, I just blocked that out, and you can see the green paint underneath. So yeah, it was done like that. There's one repair, and there's the other repair. I'll probably just one skim them. I'm not really that bothered about the roof. It'll look nice as it is. There's hardly anything wrong with it. You know, that was slight dent. You know, when you go like that, I'll block that down nice. If I have to do that twice, I will, but I think that'll block down quite nice, that. So I'll just wait for that to dry now and get blocking. I'll just show you a bit more of the roof. I don't know whether you can see anything, but that's pretty bad, that. It looks like somebody aerosoled it. So we'll make that look better. And like I said, the sunroof didn't leak, which is a bonus. Normally a car of this age, it'd be leaking by now. Right, that's that repair done. Probably took me about, you know, with drying times, blocking it, putting epoxy on, filling it, probably took me about 35 minutes. That's pretty good, is that? So that'll be a nice high build over that. Yeah, at least I've got rid of that dent that I did. And I've also found another dent. So we found another dent that's here, but it's really slight, so I'm just going to block it and then I build it. That one, it's just scratch work. Right, so I'm going to block these now. I'm not going to film them because it's boring. Okay, so I'll bring you back in when I've finished it. I just realised it's lunchtime. So, repair done, repair done, repair done. I'll block that out and that repair's done. So I've blocked in a load of it. I've just got to sand roof off now and then get it ready for primer. We are ready for eye build, so let me take you down here. Right, so we found a bit of rust there. We've just sanded it off and put some epoxy over it. We've sealed. That isn't easy to seal in there. We've done a repair there. We've took all the paint off there. We've epoxied it. We've sealed it in. There were some places where there were no sealer down on that front, and that's probably where the corrosion's coming from. So we've sealed in all there. Got all the sealer in. Same again this side, nice and sealed in. See, all here were all no sealer. There were a little bit on the back. That's where a bit of rust was. And there you can see your British Racing Green under there. Got a little repair here. The only thing I think about is, can I get enough white in there? Because you've got it backs up on itself there. So it's going to be you know, getting both sides. It's no wonder there were a run here before previous, so let's hope I don't get a run trying to get out painting. So it's going to be interesting. We've got white high build, but we've got a fast ordinary, so it's going to go off. It's not going to go off, but it's going to flash off pretty quick. So by the time I've got to the other side of the roof, it's probably flashed off, and then you'll see like a striping effect. So you'll probably see that it doesn't look even. So as I'm painting it, it's curing, they're like flashing off sort of thing. So don't slag me off too much, but I've already warned you that will happen. I should have really got a medium hardener, but I don't really know the product that well, so next time you see me, we'll be eye building. Right, let me show you around it. We've done, obviously you saw me eye building. The eye build, the gun, the little compressor, the thickness of the paint, it were a lot different to the black stuff, and it weren't as easy to spray. It didn't want to come out of the gun. Right, so I've got a torch. I've unmasked the whole car so you can see in there. You can see underneath everything. So this is just high build primer. Inside the car. Remember what that looked like from before. The repairs there, slightly up right there, so it's a bit wobbly there, doesn't it? That's okay, the repair there. The roof's repaired now. Down the side, you can see under here. Quarter panel looks quite straight, doesn't it? That quarter panel's just got a little kink in it. I want to say thanks. And hope you enjoyed that episode. I know it's just bits and bats and the roof and that. A lot of this stuff can be a little bit boring and I don't really have a lot to say, but thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next episode.